All right.
Well, like I was saying, welcome to the first ever YouTube WGE Unrivaled. I'm really excited for this.
Me too. This is something different here. We got Mr. Money in the Bank, Elliot Knox here. You know, we got the same metal commentary team. It's me, Gorgie, alongside Billy Bob Fritz. And Billy Bob, I know you're kind of closer with Unrivaled than I am, so what's going on
So
here?
we have a pretty stacked card tonight, but I'm just gonna. Since I kind of want things to be a little surprising here tonight, we're starting off with a triple threat. Whoever wins is going to Invasion to join the triple threat with 2 flagship 6 Gs and very 2X.
Sounds good. Here comes the Punisher.
Jordan King. It'd be nice for him to get back in the global title picture.
You know, this guy kind of been in like a downward spiral. I guess you could say, you know, he's gotten opportunities, but just hasn't been able to capitalize on said opportunities.
No, he hasn't. And it would be nice to see Jordan King win here, but you know, I always will have respect for Jordan King because of what he used to be.
Yeah. You know what I think it is? I think it's a curse. I think it's time to cut his hair, and I think it's time to go back to that double-colored white and pink hair. That was his peak.
I have to.
Unless he walks away with a win here, you know.
Yeah, I'm excited for tonight, you know, YouTube. New chapter from Unrivaled. We got the new arena.
It's a new era here.
Go home show for PFC. And here comes the man who had a pretty solid match with Desmond last week. Came up short, but also got killed by Jimmy Frost. But you see
See if Virus can get a little bit of a get back here. You know, I think if not Jordan King, I think Virus kind of needs to win this match, because what do you do after this if you're Virus if you lose again? Back-to-back losses, 2 major matches at that. Might never see an opportunity again.
Virus is yet to win a singles title in his career.
And he's shown flashes, but he's just never broken out. He is a former Unrivaled Tag Team Champion, so you know he does kind of have a legacy here on Unrivaled, even though that title reign was cut short.
I mean, either way, Virus being in this mid-card spot's way better than what he's a jobber.
Yeah, you know, this guy had you know, the way I see it is you can only go up from here, you know. Even if he's in a little bit of a downward spiral now, he can't be worse than he was when he first got here.
I mean, dude, he challenged for the world title. That's crazy. He beat Mutant.
Yeah. I mean, do you think he would beat the Mutant now, though? This new Mutant?
Well, I don't think anyone can. We'll get to it later, actually, but Prime Greg kind of attacked me backstage trying to find the Mutant.
Really?
Yeah, so
Mr. Money in the Bank. Gonna try a roll-up here. Will be another shocking victory.
A big win for Elliot Knox. A win for Elliot Knox is so needed, even though he's Mr. Money in the Bank. He lost Andrew Powers, kind of squashed.
You know, Elliot Knox, you know, I've been around WGE since 2014. I gotta say, Elliot Knox is probably one of the more different Money in the Bank winners. You know, a lot of people, I mean, throughout the years, I'm pretty sure the first Money in the Bank winner was Danny Sullivan. You know, that's a expected one. Cody Cobain won it before.
Jacob Javelin.
Yeah, like Kel, like bigger names. Elliot Knox. Wonder what he can mold into. You know, that Money in the Bank briefcase does wonders for you. And if I'm not mistaken, there hasn't been a single failed cash-in yet in WGE history.
Although we thought we had one with Cody Cobain back in 2022.
He swerved us there, but you know, that wasn't a failed cash-in.
And what is Elliot Knox saying to us? Go!
Yeah, get out of here.
Fucking, did he hear us?
I hope he did. I don't want anything to do with that guy. He's a weird dude. And Virus bringing the heat to Jordan King. These guys had to have history with each other.
That Mania match was delivered.
It was a great match where Virus won, you know. Again, talking about Jordan King's lows and Virus's career rise here.
Hey.
Virus better not be coming over here. Elliot.
No. We got enough respect for Virus, though.
And it looks like Virus don't got enough respect for Elliot Knox breaking that up. And Jordan King looking to swoop in. Oh, Virus kicking out pretty quick there. Oh.
I feel like Elliot Knox, he said this during Money in the Bank. Elliot Knox finds himself some opportunities. A lot.
Yeah, a very strange character. This Elliot Knox is. Somehow always finds a way, and he might find a way again here tonight. The only man standing. Virus is down. Oh, never mind.
Kick out on one. That's the resiliency we talked about on Virus too.
You know, Virus, I do think he's very underrated. This guy never misses in his matches. You know, WrestleMania with Jordan King, that was a banger. Northern Lights, you know, his match with Jacob Frost at Turning Point, and his moveset is just incredible. Look at that. But Elliot Knox.
What's he gonna try and do?
Oh, no way.
Gonna steal one? Is he gonna steal one?
Just like Money in the Bank, he's going to pin Jordan King. Oh, but Jay King kicks out. Very
Elliot
close
Knox
there.
is so just out. Like, he's just so out of the ordinary in this match.
You know, Elliot Knox is a very, very scary guy. You know, not a lot of people lose to him in singles matches, but this guy always manages to win when it seems to matter.
If he does win this, he'll be joining Barry 2X, his partner, in the triple threat for the global title.
You know, global champion two-fly Joseph James. If Elliot Knox does walk away there's got to be some odds on two-fly there.
True.
Oh, on the chair.
Yeah, on the chair. Like I was saying, Barry 2X beat Jack Saban and Chris Watson. You know, I feel like he got a decently. This triple threat's a lot more competitive than Chris Watson and Jack Saban.
Yeah, nothing on them, but yeah. And look at this, Virus. Looking for the glitch in the system. Springs off and he hits it.
He's gonna pick up Jordan King. He's not done.
He's gonna
he might have realized Elliot was coming in the ring.
Smart strategy by Virus, taking down Elliot. And he's got that chair hitting him right in the skull. Drops it on Elliot Knox's head. He's setting him up here.
And hit Elliot. Oh, elbow.
Elliot rolls him up on the chair. Oh, kick out by Virus again. The resilience on display. Elbow by Jordan.
Looks like Elliot King and Elliot.
Wow.
Elliot Knox and Jordan King are teaming up. Not Elliot King.
Would fear for Elliot King super kick on Virus there.
Oh, no. It looks like Elliot's trying to direct traffic to J.K.
Oh, gosh. You know, Elliot King, I think Elliot King would be the best wrestler in WGE with the last name King ever.
Ooh.
Super kick by Jordan King. And Virus. Got him in the corner there.
Into the turnbuckle.
Oh, and Elliot Knox.
Came in the ring. I think there was a little glitch. Speaking of glitch in the system, I think there might have been a little one there.
Oh, man, look at this. Elliot Knox. Hard Knox lands. J King.
Now they're going to team up again on Virus.
You know, J King's way better than I am. If I'm Jordan King in this scenario, I'm throwing Elliot Knox and I'm taking that pin. Frog splash. And maybe Elliot Knox heard my advice. J King sent out. Elliot Knox going to go for the pin here. Oh, Virus kicks out again.
He's trying to steal pins. J King's back in the ring, but a clothesline. That's nice.
The betrayal may have just cost Elliot. Elliot gonna try to pin
What is he doing?
You know, just trying stuff here. You know, he's Mr. Money in the Bank. He has nothing to lose. Oh, Virus again. In the bridge. Oh, that move is so sick.
Oh.
J King right there, though.
Oh.
And Virus taking them both on. Might need to restart that alliance here. Oh. Elliot rolls him up here.
Elliot's just trying to get out of this match, dude.
Can J King break it up just in time?
That could have been 3. Oh.
That would have been 3 for sure.
He's looking at the headbutt.
Oh, the headbutt. Elliot Knox, though, sneaks up. Jordan King's down. Elliot Knox steals it again. This guy. Elliot Knox, dude. Elliot Knox is going to Dubai.
He is. He's going to Dubai with his partner Barry 2X.
That is insane. Mr. Money in the Bank weaseled his way into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Weaseled his way into a win.
In our next match here tonight
comes Max Strong.
And I think we'll be seeing the graphics soon. Maxwell Strong is taking on somebody who made quite an impact last week, and I think this guy has his eyes set on the Anarchy title. We're talking about Maxwell Strong versus the Dean.
Oh man,
pretty solid match. Maxwell Strong coming off a loss to Prime Greg, where he had it won, even though he cheated. But crazy fury from Prime Greg at the end there. So you can see there the graphic. And here comes the Dean.
Look at the aura.
Yeah, I'm sure the Dean would love to Dakota Dubai.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he's from there.
He is. So was his brother, DJ BD, so...
Here he is, you know, this guy... Pretty cool looking dude.
No, he could have... Some thought he could have won the Anarchy title at, Mania.
You know,
but hey, he's possibly fighting for it, and a win over Maxwell Strong would be huge for him.
I agree, you know, Maxwell Strong. I think both men kind of need to win here.
100%.
You know, the Dean has yet to capture singles gold. Maxwell Strong, a former global champion.
That is true. 2-time. You know, the second reign was like 2 days, but...
Hey, nobody counts the days. People just count the stats.
It's true. The Dean also did actually... He debuted already, Maxwell Strong, with the drop kick. Like I said, though, the Dean debuted with a feud with Two-Fly Joseph James for the global title.
I think I remember that, actually.
Two-Fly did beat him at Retribution.
Oh, Enziguri by the Dean. You know, this height difference is actually kind of crazy.
Maxwell Strong's pretty, he's solidly a tall guy, you know. I mean, I guess normal size, but it was tall compared to some wrestlers. And one of those wrestlers being
tall compared to the Dean, but look at that.
Suicide dive.
You know, he may have little legs, but he has dynamite for fists. And very, very agile. Oh, into the
stairs. The Dean's looking to prove a point in this one. Who do you think's gonna win this, Gorgie?
If I'm gonna be honest, you know, I really like the Dean. I'm not too big on Max Strong, so if I were to choose, I'd want the Dean to win. But I'm not supposed to play bias. So
I think Maxwell Strong needs this win, but I think he could possibly pick it up. Maxwell Strong celebrating. You don't want to celebrate.
This guy taunts a lot, you know. I think one of these days, this guy's gonna get hit a little too hard. He's gonna stop taunting.
He's very cocky.
Oh. Now the Dean taunting, misses that axe handle there. Drop kick by Max.
Take advantage of Maxwell Strong getting up. Fails on that. And now Maxwell Strong's in the upper edge right now.
I think just running around there, setting up for that pump kick. Surprised he didn't start taunting.
Maxwell Strong has a very nice striking moveset. He strikes very well, especially on kicks. He has one of the purest drop kicks in this company.
Oh, TKO, a blood drive. Wonder if Tay Andrews
right there. And Dean kicks out at 2.
You know, this match has been mostly in favor of the former global champion. Again, you know, I do kind of like Max's style. You know, he's kind of safe in a sense for himself. You know, what the hell?
Oh, and here's the signature.
Oh!
He's done that, I think, every match he's been in.
One of these days, the referee's going to have to fight back.
And I think I know what's going to happen here. He's going to look for the low blow.
And Max, gets countered. The Dean sensed it. The Dean going to roll through into a super kick right to the face. Max is down. The referee's slow counting because he's hurt. But it does. Oh! Just barely kicking out. There is Max Strong. I thought the Dean had that in the bag. Oh no, guillotine. Guillotine locked. Oh, Max is going to tap. Maxwell Strong taps out again. Wow. That super kick didn't get the job done there.
Big win
Big
for the
win.
Dean, though, like I was saying.
Yeah.
You know.
Max Strong. Oh, wait, what the
Jacob
hell?
Javelin after what?
Oh!
You never, speaking of Jacob Javelin.
The Anarchy Champion is here! Uh-oh.
I know what this is.
Got the Dean up for a jackhammer!
And he's sending the Dean a message.
I've been seeing these guys have a bit of arguments backstage, and that's 2 jackhammers for your troubles, Dean. And Javelin makes a statement. Jeez. We still got to move on, though. We still got a show to worry about.
Gavin's gonna say a few words.
Here we go. Came really close, that Money in the Bank. Almost had a pinfall over JTB. Wonder what this biker has to say following.
A nice debut performance.
This guy, I feel like he kind of took the WGE world by storm. Appeared at gunpoint, confronted Desmond, and who'd he beat in his debut? He beat Chris Watson, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct, yes. He did beat Chris Watson.
He's got a cool bike. What can't this guy do?
I know he's been a great addition to the roster. One of the few debuts Unrivaled had. We've had Andrew Powers, D. Gavin.
I feel like stuff is starting to pick up here on Unrivaled with this YouTube episode.
Let's see what he has to say.
Oh man. Oh man.
Another person who thinks the Burning Skull title's in his future.
You can't talk about the Burning Skull title without talking about the man who I think locked himself in as #1 contender, Jacob Frost.
I mean, he attacked as Virus.
Virus caught the mean and straight for no reason, but yeah.
Oh, this man.
Height difference kind of crazy.
He's gonna stare at D. Gavin.
Oh! I thought he was gonna say something, but Jacob Frost!
A cheap shot. Are you serious?
What's up with this kid lately? I thought Jacob Frost was all about doing what's right.
He's gonna...
D. Gavin gonna try, and Jacob Frost weasels out.
Weird. And here's where
Where's Mutant? I need
Prime Greg attacked me.
Prime Greg snapping on Billy Bob Fritz.
I haven't seen him.
Did you? Don't tell me you got beat with a traffic cone, man.
No, he raged out, but I felt the need to share this because Prime Greg is on track to find Mutant, and as I was showing, the tag team champions are out.
Prime Greg looking for the Mutant, and Hellion and Mosh Pit are looking for some competition. This guy's been tag champs for damn near a year.
Yeah, first inaugural tag champs of the new era, and these guys are a great tag team. These guys are monsters.
These guys are like, I don't know how to explain it. These guys are like a diamond found in a gold mine, Tag division, I'll be the first to admit it's kind of struggling, but these two definitely have the chemistry. That's why there's such a long reigning tag team. These guys actually have been consistent. They don't hate each other, which is funny because that's how they got together. They hated each other. But let's see what Andrew Powers can do in his second match ever in WGE.
Taking on a veteran though.
Yeah, Andrew Powers this is kind of like a make or break situation here. Can Andrew Powers handle a bigger opponent, like a Like I said, like I said, Mosh Pit.
This is a big test. Also, I just got word confirmed for tonight. Jacob Frost and D. Gavin in our main event.
Oh, that'll be a good one. Andrew
Gavin
Powers
is battling an injury after the chop block Desmond gave him to steal the win at Money in the Bank.
God.
So that might have to play into tonight. But
Also
Andrew
Jacob
Powers.
Frost. Frost with
Yeah.
that new attitude. Not Jacob. Andrew Powers. What do we know about this guy other than the fact that he won his debut match?
I mean, he's an indie sensation, very popular guy. You know, been on the recruiting boards for a while. You know, I think he's been signed here for a little bit too, but he's just now debuted.
Does Andrew have a lot of friends?
I don't know. I mean, maybe he'll need one tonight if Talline and Mosh Pit don't like what's happening.
Yeah, you know. I don't think in WGE it's really about having, Andrew and friends, but I don't think you want to be rivals with Mosh Pit and Helion.
No, absolutely not. Well, they're gonna lock up here to start off the match. Andrew Powers gonna take Mosh Pit over into the corner.
You know, kind of manhandling Mosh Pit. You know, they're about the same size. Gonna lock up again. Powers does have the advantage already, though. She's just gonna throw Mosh Pit. You know, they're about the same size, but Powers seems to have the strength advantage. Do you think there's a bit of ring rust with Mosh Pit, given that he's been mostly a tag team guy?
Or you mean, yeah, a single match against Desmond not too long ago, but yeah, I can see it.
Look at Powers showcasing his strength here. He's gonna drop him into the turnbuckle there. And it has been all Andrew Powers. It doesn't look like he's hitting the brakes. Oh! Stomping to the back, gonna try cover here, quick pin.
Helion on the outside trying to get the fans hyped, but you know, don't think they really like Eternal Uprise. And
Oh.
a Pele kick. Now Mosh Pit's gonna hop on the Arsenal.
I don't think the people behind the barricade were the target audience. I'm pretty sure that applause was for Mosh Pit, and it seemed to have worked. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but Helion was in WG for a long time.
That is true.
He is Ricky Jackson. You know, just
Not
a
a lot
fun
of people
fact.
do know this. I definitely think the Helion character is way better for him, though.
I do think that, you know, definitely gives a little bit of spice to just some 6'3" buff guy. And Mosh Pit dropping the knee.
Far knee. Your powers might be done.
See you later, rookie. Maybe
Take
not.
it.
Kicking out quick
Take that
there.
out line. Andrew Powers skipped right over Anarchy.
I mean, maybe if Powers is as good as he may think he is, maybe he doesn't need Anarchy.
I mean, if he beats
He
Mosh Pit
shoves
tonight,
up
that might
Mosh
just
Pit.
prove it.
I mean, he did also beat Elliot Knox, and, you know, whether you like him or not, he is a weasel, but Elliot Knox could very well be the next Burning Skull champion if he plays his cards right.
He's a pretty smart wrestler, so, you know, I wouldn't be surprised.
We did learn that, and, you know, Andrew Powers taking on a page out of Mosh Pit's book there with that
Ooh.
diving knee and another throat thrust. I think that's what it's called. One for it
Goes for
again.
another one.
And a Pele
Another
kick.
Pele kick.
You know, with someone who does kicks and stuff like that, you'd think Mosh Pit would wear shoes or something, no?
No, well,
Oh.
weird.
Andrew is down. Oh,
Kick out.
Powers. Hanging on. Mosh Pit. Scaling the top rope. We know what comes next.
I think we know what he's setting up for. Andrew Powers getting
Oh!
up. And, ooh. That
I
was
think
hurt.
Mosh Pit was still going for the coup de grace. And look at that.
Ooh.
A flatliner from Powers.
Beautiful move there from Andrew. No, Andrew trying to signal the end here.
Gonna lift him up for a nice brain buster. That was
Brain
beautiful.
buster. That was super nice. And now Andrew into the cover. Is he going to do it? Kick
Oh, super close there, you know. Win or lose, I'm pretty sure Andrew Powers has definitely shown that he can indeed hang around with bigger names. But, you know, a win here will do wonders for this kid. But Mosh Pit gonna shove him down. Oh, and gonna
Oh.
kick him down again. And Mosh Pit gonna try again, and he hits it. That diving
gosh.
stomp. Powers is down. And oh!
Kick out! Wow.
Not bad for a rookie.
Wild. Getting out of the coup de grace, you know. Very hard
And
move to
Mosh
kick
Pit
out of,
loses his
but,
grip.
The throat thrust. Andrew
That guy's-
Powers.
Guys hit it like 15 times this match. And a spine buster from Powers.
The spine buster. He beat Elliot Knox with this move. And
Oh,
and he
he's gonna
jumped.
win. That is a big win.
What a debut.
I mean, not debut. That was the second one.
Second match. Sorry. He's on such a roll right now.
Wow. Andrew Powers now holds a win over the Money in the Bank holder and one half of the tag champs, and I don't think Helion is too happy.
No, I wouldn't be either.
And remember what I said earlier about Powers and how he shouldn't try to be rivals with Helion and Mosh Pit, but it looks like
the hell?
Powers.
Oh,
Look at
hey,
that.
there's Mosh Pit
Aw.
again.
But the numbers game.
That was a great move by Powers.
I mean, does it matter though?
No, it obviously doesn't.
Looks like Helion gonna have his way now. Oh. Someone's gotta stop this.
Yeah, he's gonna scale the second rope. He's gonna change his mind. He's gonna scale the top rope. Don't even.
Oh,
what's
wait, what
this?
the hell?
What is this?
Who the hell is that? Is that who I think it is? What?
Oh my god!
What?
The debut heap coming.
The Pope has arrived in WGE! Rivals is here! You know, I do know this guy does have a bit of a relationship with Andrew Powers. These guys have been friends for a while. I do know these guys kind of travel together on the indie scene. The Pope has arrived!
Oh, the monster that they've seen a ghost.
He's making his way down. Rivals has entered the WGE Unrivaled arena, and you know, Billy Bob, I think you saying Unrivaled not really essentially getting the short end of the straw when it came to new signings and debuts. You got two new guys here laying waste to the tag champs.
Awesome. And Andrew and Rivals.
Look at that,
them.
Andrew beating on Hellline outside, and Rivals bringing the fight to Mosh Pit.
This is awesome.
You know, I think this is exactly what the tag division needs. You know, two guys who seemingly have chemistry together as they're both taking down Helion and Mosh Pit. And I don't think they plan on stopping. I feel like we should get some people out here to stop this. Powers neckbreaker on the outside.
Oh, it's domination.
You know, the scary thing is that these two could actually have potential together, because Andrew Powers just wrestled the whole match and he is destroying the monstrous Helion.
Now they're fleeing. Well,
Yeah.
after Helion and Mosh Pit fleed, it is now main event time.
No, we've been on to a great show so far. But you know, this guy,
Rivals. Wow, I can't believe that.
yeah, that's something. You know, but here comes the Red Shark. You know, a little bit of a change of heart throughout the last few weeks. I've always thought of this guy as like the courageous, kind of passionate guy, but he's desperate. He's like a shark. He sees blood in the water. He's just gonna start chomping at everybody until he gets what he wants, and that's the Burning Skull Championship. And I know Desmond's gonna be keeping a close eye on this matchup.
I think whoever wins is gonna fight him at PFC.
So this is a unofficial, official #1 contenders match.
Sorta. D-Gavin also has a hurt leg, so you know he's kind of playing the Jacob Frost advantage.
Yeah, and you know, the hurt leg, well, he almost just got ran over. You know, if I'm D. Gavin and I got cheap shotted by Jacob Frost, I'm a cheap shot him too, and I'd run him over with that bike just to make things even.
And I mean, is it fair to say D-Gavin has the most aura on WGE?
I would say second most, definitely behind Jish Cook,
No,
without
yeah,
a
sorry.
doubt. This is if I'm not mistaken, this is the last show before PFC. Everyone just trying to get some momentum in.
Oh, and I just got word that D. Gavin's best friend, Prime Greg, will be fighting Mutant at PFC if Mutant shows up, obviously.
Oh man, I'm gonna pray for Prime Greg. I've known that guy for a while, but he's essentially just booked his own funeral. I wouldn't want to fight that, especially given this new like Ice King gimmick that he's got going on. Frost getting fired up. We don't want to taunt right in front of D. Gavin, someone who's way bigger than you.
D. Gavin is 6'7".
Oh, D. Gavin dominating him. Dominating Jacob Frost, the 6'7" D. Gavin.
Yeah, wow, really tall D. Gavin.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
Wow.
And look at this! Oh my God!
Lane wasted Jacob Frost. D. Gavin is pissed off.
This is deserved.
Jacob Frost is like wreaking havoc.
If something's not broken, don't try to fix it. Jacob Frost, I think he was perfectly fine. He could have just asked Desmond for title matches, but instead he's doing these like cheap tactics. I don't really like it.
No, me neither. And kick
Frost
out one
kicks
for
out.
Jacob Frost.
But it has been all D. Gavin so far. I don't think he plans on stopping. Again, look at this guy.
Christ.
This guy's just crazy in there. Just like... This is getting kind of bad for Jacob Frost. If he wants to prove that he deserves a shot at Desmond, he should not be getting beat on like this. And maybe I spoke too soon. I kind of jinxed D. Gavin there.
Frost gets some offense. What's he doing? Oh, is he fleeing again?
Is he running away?
What's he doing? Jacob Frost is trying to catch up some air, I think. And no, and D. Gavin's not gonna let him do that.
Should have expected that. I'm surprised Jacob didn't see him coming. That giant, tall man. But Frost.
And it looks like he tweaked his leg there, D. Gavin.
Ooh. Oh man, he's gonna chop the big man down to size. Oh, kick out though. And it's Frost. I don't want to be that guy, but despite the injuries and stuff, I still think this is a semi-fair fight, given that Gavin is a whole foot taller than Jacob Frost.
Oh, that's true.
And look at this!
Go high. Good hit right there. Big
right on the chest, but not enough.
Oh, revenge and that's a nice move there. And Gavin very versatile in the ring for someone so tall.
Yeah, really great. Desmond has to be watching this. These are his two top contenders at the moment. And oh my goodness!
God.
Jacob Frost! Let that be a lesson to all the short kings who watch this. Look at that. Look at the little man throwing that 6'7". It doesn't matter if you're 6'7", 7 feet tall. It doesn't matter because Jacob Frost is dominating. Despite the attitude change, this guy is still very talented.
D. Gavin reversal with the punch. Oh, almost close on.
Okay, maybe I spoke too soon for Frost. Maybe I just shouldn't talk. Maybe I just shouldn't praise anyone. Maybe I'm the problem.
Might be. But D. Gavin is currently... and I think you cut Frost open. Oh. And Jacob Frost now from behind taking out D. Gavin.
This seems like warm-up for PFC to whoever wins, because I've seen a lot of strikes and stuff of that nature here. But D. Gavin's down, and Frost turning D. Gavin inside out.
Into the Larry. Is he going to win it?
Off of that? Oh.
Slim kick out.
Just barely, though, but D. Gavin has to be feeling the effects here.
What you looking for?
think Frost was just...
Oh, on the
Oh, the
injured
bad leg!
The bad leg of D. Gavin. There's no way D. Gavin's escaping this.
D. Gavin's in
D.
trouble!
Gavin is fighting. D. Gavin is fighting.
Look at
He is
the
fighting.
bridge!
There's no
Jacob
way D. Gavin's getting to that
Frost.
rope.
That
D-
bad
D.
leg
Gavin
D.
is
Gavin can't
fighting.
reach.
Oh no.
Look at
Oh,
how
no.
Jacob Frost is picking him up!
D.
D. Gavin's in
fighting.
excruciating
And
pain. He's gonna have to give up.
That is unfortunate. What a win for Jacob Frost.
So I think we know now what we'll be seeing in Tokyo.
And backstage, Desmond and Jacob Frost, your PFC match.
That's gonna be
Really?
a good one. I'm looking forward to that one. But is that all for Unrivaled? Oh wait! Oh!
Oh, and Desmond
Wait,
read
Des
it.
predicted it! Oh!
Oh!
We got ourselves a brawl!
Desmond predicted Jacob Frost pulling something off.
You know, Desmond should have known. You know, he got cheap shotted last time. He's getting thrown into the
Ooh.
barbershop there.
And
Into the
tried to
crates.
throw him into the electric cord. Jacob Frost might have caught himself.
Into the
Into
arcade he
the-
goes. And down he
Ooh.
goes.
And Desmond is going to make a statement. And thank you, everyone, for watching the first episode of Unrivaled on YouTube. There'll be many more to come.
That was a pretty fun episode. And we're looking forward to PFC tomorrow. Hope to see you all there. Thank you all for watching.